everybody, it's Jackie. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing all right tonight. Everybody had a great Valentine's Day. My Valentine was very good to me. I got some bling bling. Yeah, girl. No, hey, $12.99 TJ Maxx, you know me. Okay. But I'm not about TJ Maxx today, although I've been finding some great things. What I want to talk to you about tonight is all the palettes that I bought in 2022, which is about half as much as I usually buy. So I am on a downward trend in buying. I've been real good. I've only spent $25 this year over at Ulta, nothing at Sephora. But you know, I love TJ Maxx, so I go over there. But these, none of that is included in this. These are just the palettes, which is my favorite makeup product that I intentionally purchased. So in no particular order, I'm just going to, there's a lot of indie stuff in here, a lot of new brands I've never tried, and then some tried and true favorites. So let's get started. The first thing, this is the Sydney Grace In Memory of Mel Thompson palette. These are the ones that Mel picked to build her version of what she wished the Natasha Denona retro palette. And I just put it in its own special Ulta empty Z palette that you can get. I like it because it's got the clear. But anyway, go over to the Sydney Grace website, you can still get Mel's palette. So I had to support Mel. I think it's so beautiful, and so this is what I bought instead of the Natasha palette. Okay, next I picked up, I love this brand, and this is the first palette that I think they ever made. This is from Clionadh Cosmetics. This is the Dragon Fruit palette, which was a collab with, I forget her name. Anyways, this is my #1 favorite eyeshadow. So when they came out with a palette, I had to get it. It's perfect for summer. Some people don't like it because it is all shimmer shades. There are no mattes, but I think it's just stunning and beautiful. And anytime Clionadh puts out a palette, I'm going to buy it. Emily Violet Marie, that's it. So, and it came with some little stickers. I just stuck it on the inside of the mirror there. And I also love this plastic electric pink packaging. It's just, I absolutely love this palette, and I was so happy because I always wanted Clionadh to make a palette. So anyways, that was that. Next, I picked up, I loved the Urban Decay Naked Honey palette. I bought this, I think, half price, and I loved it so much when it went on sale again. I think I picked up a backup, but I absolutely love Naked Honey. These are my favorite yellows and golds and browns, and I just adore this palette more than I ever thought I would. And this one kind of goldy olive shade is really great. I wore this a lot this year, and I was really surprised how much I liked it. It really, for the first time, got me liking to yellow eyeshadow. So that's Urban Decay Naked Honey, and absolutely love that palette. And along those lines, when I was able to pick up the Naked Wild West half price, I picked that up. This is actually over at Marshall's right now. I picked it up during Black Friday when it was half price. And again, because it's an Urban Decay Naked palette, I absolutely love the packaging on this, and I really like the shades of turquoise and teal. Really beautiful, and just, you cannot beat an Urban Decay Naked palette. So I just wait for them to go on sale, because they will, or you can wait for them to come to TJ. Right after I bought it, it showed up at TJ and Marshall's. So anyways, that is the Urban Decay Naked Wild West. Then also, I went in store during the holidays, and their brand new Robin Eisenberg palette was also on sale. It's got some blues in it that looked really similar, so I didn't want to pay full price for it. But, and I heard that this is showing up at TJ Maxx and Marshall's already, although I haven't seen it. I think the package is really beautiful. I don't know who Robin Eisenberg is, but I liked it anyways, so I picked it up. And I like these brushes too. I actually, in the Naked palette, I actually use this brush, the dual-ended. It's great for, you know, just going, you take the fat end and go all over, and then take this one to do your crease and liner, and you can really use that brush. It's a good brush. So anyways, that's the Robin Eisenberg palette. I also got that for half price. Probably showing up at TJ. Let me show you what's next. I really love Adept Cosmetics. They used to be made in the United States. Now they're being made in China. So I do think there's a bit of a difference. So I really kind of like their latest palette. I think it's being restocked one time. I forget what it's called, the No Name palette, whatever it is. But anyways, I didn't pick it up because I think their palettes are pretty expensive. When they were made here in the United States, I think they're based in Colorado or Washington State. But this indie brand, this is the Ninhydrin palette. I really, really love it. It's a lot of, you've only got a couple mattes, but really, really beautiful shimmers. And when these palettes were being made in the United States, I could justify the price of them. Usually these palettes are around $56. But now that they're being made in China, I can't really. But anyways, they're really, really pretty. And Adept, I think, was my favorite of last year. But yeah, Cleon is my favorite now, but I do love Adept, but not for the price now that they're being made in China. Along with that, I had to support Heather Austin. I watch Heather Austin quite a bit. She's really, really, she buys everything. She's a nurse, so I guess she's got it like that. But anyway, this is her collab palette, which I think is absolutely beautiful. And I think it looks like a modern version of Subculture, which, you know what, I'm going to go grab my, I guess that's a very unpopular opinion, but Subculture is mostly matte, and this is mostly shimmer. I'm going to go get you. Let me know if you agree, because when I made that comment to Heather that it looks like Subculture, I don't think it was very well received. I'll be right back. Okay, here she is, infamous Subculture, which has been at TJ Maxx and Marshall's recently, and I think it is a very beautiful fall palette. Now, I think the reason that this did not go over so well is because these are very, very pigmented eyeshadows, and before then, I don't think we were really used to placing a shadow that kind of stuck and was a little bit hard to blend, but now that's how everything is. So let me show you Heather's palette with Subculture. And I think that these are perfect companion palettes, especially since you've only got like two shimmers. Yeah, this one and this one. That's an all matte palette basically. And then Heather's palette it's got a pretty good mix, but I think they're so beautiful. And I really want to congratulate Heather, because I think she did a fantastic job on this palette, and I really, really love it. And it's, that would be just a dream to get a collab with Adept, I would think. But anyways, very, very beautiful. And then this is their latest palette. Well, not their latest, their second to latest. The Minka palette, which I thought was so pretty. I went ahead and got it, even though it's made in China. But anyways, this is all really, really like silver and gold shimmers. It kind of reminds me of a Pat McGrath palette, their latest, I forget what it's called. But anyways, that's what it reminds me of. But I just thought it was just really, really beautiful. And that is the Minka palette. So anyways, Adept is no longer made in the United States. So, just so you know. Okay. Next, Sigma Beauty was having a sale on, this is their Untamed palette, and it has got a velvet flocking on it. I can't remember when it was. This was the only palette that I couldn't find my receipts for, but I really liked the shades in it. They're kind of grungy greens and very, very pretty. And I think I got this for half price or something. And when it came with a Sigma brush, which was a nice bonus because I do love Sigma brushes, and it's just so beautiful that I went back and I picked up a couple more palettes. I don't remember if these other ones were on sale, but I remember that Untamed was on sale, and I just think it is just so beautiful. Now, I haven't tried everything. I'm kind of a palette junkie, collector, makeup hoarder, whatever you want to call it. But anyways, it is what it is. And so a lot of times it takes me a minute to get around to trying them. But if I find a palette that I like, I mean, I'll buy it. I'll put it in my collection, and then everything else I get rid of. So the second palette that I bought from Sigma was the Cinderella palette. I just thought this was so, so beautiful. And it came with a brush too. And I just thought the shades were just stunning. Really, really beautiful. And the brush that it came with, the only thing with this brush, it's really, really pretty, but it's like the blue or the gold, something on it was peeling. I can't remember, but I was really surprised that a Sigma brush, there was something on here that it was starting to peel off. But I just thought this was so, so stunning, just gorgeous. And what I really like, I always love it when there's a black that I can use. Black is my favorite eyeliner, and I always appreciate it in the palette, or I'll use the darkest color. But this is just a gorgeous, gorgeous palette. And then recently I picked up, well, recently, and the last thing that I bought from them in 2022 was Enchanted. And a lot of people were saying that they were really similar, but I do like the quality of Sigma, just beautiful. Yeah, that is just, this is a little bit more lighter, pastel-y, spring-like. Let me show you a Cinderella. Hey girl, what's up? Let me show you these two together in case you're kind of thinking about it. But I just really, really like Sigma eyeshadows, and I absolutely love the brushes. So it was the indie year for me. Let's go ahead and do Auntie Pat. So if you watched any of my recent videos, I picked up during her sale, she had I basically got 50% off because she was having a 40% off sale. Got a free palette, plus I got Rakuten. So I basically got a deal on everything. This palette, this was her Christmas palette, Celestial Nirvana. It was like $80. It's on sale for $50 right now over at Sephora. You can still get it. And I recommend on these palettes that she comes out with every year, just to wait, because they immediately go on sale after Christmas. But anyways, I picked it up with 40% off plus Rakuten, so that's great. Beautiful, I like it. The reason I bought it, I wasn't going to because I had the one from the year before and the year before, is that this had a lot of matte shades. A lot of her palettes are shimmer heavy, and this had different colored mattes besides the usual. She always puts a gold, she always puts the brownish pink, really, really safe shades. But this one had some nice mattes, especially with a matte green and a matte blue, and then the matte purple and the hot pink. So of all the three palettes, I like this one the best. So get it, it's on sale, it's beautiful. And then I picked up Utopian Dreams. I wasn't going to get it, but again, for the deal, so pretty. This is Mothership 9, and it has got a gorgeous special shade in it. Of course, these are $129 now. The black lacquer plastic, I haven't taken the casing off, but this Astral Amethyst shade is just spectacular. And then all of her usual stuff. This kind of looks like Divine Rose 2 a little bit, but you can't go wrong with a Pat McGrath palette. But other than that, and I didn't want to get it just for the special shades, but with the discount and everything, and I did think it was pretty, and I just wanted to get a Pat palette. I just hadn't bought a Mothership in so long that yeah, that I just had to get it, because Pat's my favorite. She really is, of all my makeup. I mean, Natasha is too. Pat and Natasha, well, and Cleona, and well, you can see the problem I have. Okay, and then this is Mothership 10. This one doesn't have, I forget what it's called, but this is her, it doesn't have any special shades in it. They're all shimmers, but really, really pretty. This is her most recent Mothership, unless you count her Midnight Sun that's being repackaged as the Star Wars palette, which people are finding at TJ Maxx for $39.99. I'm on the hunt for it. I haven't found it. I already own it, but yeah, if you want the Star Wars palette, buy Midnight Sun. It's been on sale forever. But this is her recent palette. Really, really pretty. This kind of gives you like the grungy oil slick eyeshadow looks, even though there's no special shades. You have a lot of pretty metallics. You've got some duochromes, and it's just beautiful. And it's got a lot of silver, and I just love this. It's just grungy, and I love it. And I had to get it. Mothership 10 Moonlit Seduction. So that's what I got from Pat. I think quality on eyeshadow palettes is getting worse and worse, like ever since COVID. So I think if you've got some of this older stuff, it's just better than what you can get now. So I'm very happy to have purchased my collection when I purchased it, because there's not a whole lot that I'm interested in now. So yeah, next I want to show you, I did pick up the Danessa Myricks, her latest palette, and I haven't used it yet. It's got such bad reviews, but I wanted to buy something, and this came out, and it was probably the first holiday palette to come out, and I just thought it was just so beautiful. I didn't care about the reviews. This is all supposed to be for body or face or highlighters, and then you've got your eyes, and I guess there's a lot of different textures, and they're wonky, and they're hard to work with, and all that. This was just so damn pretty. I don't care. I was attracted to the shiny thing like a crow, and I just thought it was beautiful. And you know, I just sit here. If it's crap, I'll just look at it. I mean, I just think it's so pretty. And it's like, you know, it's a mainstream palette. Danessa really had one of the first, with her Lightworks 3 last year, was like really one of the first mainstream brands to do duochromes and all that. Other than that, they've all been indie. So last year I also picked up the Patrick Ta Major Dimension palettes. The first one I got was the Rose palette, and I absolutely love this palette way more than I thought I would. And I really do like the cream shadows over here, and I didn't think I would because I have oily skin. But I use these as a base, and I also use them for a liner. This dark one as a liner is so pretty with these shades. The only thing about it is that I thought some of the metallics, they're more like toppers. They're kind of like chunky glitter toppers. You know, they're thin with the pieces in them. I don't really care for that. I much prefer a metallic, but it's still a beautiful palette, and I love it so much that I went back and I bought the first one, the Major Dimension, the original palette. I was getting into neutral palettes for some reason this year, and so I had to go back and pick this up, and I think it's so pretty. Let me hold them up next to each other. I gotta tell you, I've really been using my original Urban Decay Naked palette, which is so bizarre. And I've also been using my Natasha Denona Sunset palette, which I think is still on sale for like $64.50, the $129 palette. If you go over to Sephora, it's on sale. It's been on sale for half price. I think it's discontinued. But anyways, here's Major Dimension 2 on top, and then the first original palette. So if you're, these are just so pretty. I like the Rose one better, but these are beautiful. Beautiful. I love them so much. I really do. So let me show you what I got from Natasha. So I didn't do too much with Natasha. I did buy the face palette. This is the dark version. And I'm not crazy about it. And it's not the shades. It's just, I don't know. I think I already have it. And, you know, it's okay. And I think it's already discontinued. So if you were in the market for one of her face palettes, the light or the dark, it's okay. It's okay. It's not my favorite. But I mean, it's convenient. You could just grab it and go out the door, and you'd have everything you need. And you could use, if you went with a light hand, you could use one of these other ones for bronzer or contour. But yeah, it's okay. And that is the dark, but I'm pretty sure they're discontinued that. Next, I picked up the retro palette, and honestly, I didn't think I bought this, but I guess I did, and I hate it when that happens. So I haven't used it because I forgot that I bought it. I didn't think I was going to, but I did, because I had decided to buy the Huda palette, Empowered, instead. But anyways, here she is, and it's pretty, real pretty bricky tones and pink tones, and yeah, so there she is. And actually, let me show you, because I did get the Empowered palette, and this was the only palette that I got from Huda this year. But I really like her large palettes, and I'm sorry I missed her Black Friday sale. She was selling like Desert Dusk for like 12 bucks or something. Anyways, here is her beautiful Empowered palette. So pretty. I think I've only dipped into it once or twice, but again, I appreciate the black. And I just think this is so gorgeous. I like it. So that was the only one I got from Huda. And then the last Natasha palette that I bought was Pastel, which, you know, spring is starting. The Forsythia up here in Arkansas is already starting to bloom. I'm getting leaves on my rose bushes. It's so exciting. Spring has sprung here in Arkansas, and I can't wait to use my Pastel palette. This is a really, really, really gorgeous palette. The only thing that it doesn't have is, well, it's got a kind of a plum purple, but it didn't have like a pale lilac purple like my shirt. So what I picked up to go with this, and I think they pair so well, is the Garden of Juvia's palette. And this is the only palette I got from Juvia's this year. I really like this. You can still get this over at Ulta. This has got your purple in it. Let me take the screen protector. It doesn't have a mirror or anything. But look at how, here's the Juvia's. And look at how well it goes with the Natasha. I think it really, really completes it and gives you the shades and some more, you know, the yellows and the mints. It's just very, very complimentary to the pastel. So I think these are really both very perfect for spring. Let's see what's next. Glamlight. I really like Glamlight, and unfortunately Glamlight is made in China. It's a black owned brand, but I really love Glamlight a lot. And I've been wanting this Barbie palette forever. And I almost bought the ColourPop Barbie palette instead. But I kept going back to this, and I was like, you know what? I really want that Glamlight palette. So they have, you can use Glam15 for 15% off. You go $50, you get free shipping. There's other codes that you can use for other influencers if you want to support their channels. But I just love, look at this palette. Is this not just gorgeous? I love it. I love it. For summer, it's just so, yeah, I got it early. Summer's my favorite time of year. I just thought this was spectacularly beautiful. I love Glamlight's formula on their shimmers, their mattes. I think it's just really, really good quality for the price. And I think this is on sale. If you go to glamlight.com, I think this Barbie palette's on sale. I can't remember. I think that's why I bought it. But anyways, that's the Barbie palette. And then I also picked up the Michaela Pot 2. I don't know. I don't watch Michaela. I don't know who she is. I don't know if she's in the mascara gate, if that's the same Michaela. But anyways, I love the palette, so I don't get involved in the politics. But look at this. The thing about the Glamlight palettes, though, because they're made in China, they stink. They smell like glue, and you know. But look at these blues, pinks, and purples. I just really think this is stunning. I just love Glamlight. I just picked up their Halloween Scooby-Doo palettes. They have Rut-Row, and they have, what was the other one? Creepy Crawl, and beautiful. I just got them beautiful. And so I went back and I picked up some of the cocktail palettes. I picked up Dirty Martini, Wine, and Margarita. They're just, I love Glamlight. So good. But anyways, Michaela palette is just gorgeous. So if you're in the market, there you go. Let's see what else did I got. Anastasia came out with her new palettes. They're not fuzzy anymore. This one's Nouveau, which is a textured, and then this one is Rose Metals, which came out before Christmas. These are really, really beautiful. They took out the brush and the fuzzies, and this is a really, really pretty palette, and I think this would be very good for spring as well. It's just gorgeous. I like it. Do I like it as much as the old palettes? I'm I'm kind of on the fence about that. I like the fuzzy palettes with the brushes in them, but I do like it, and it's very good. And yeah, so that is Nouveau. And then Rose Metals, I wasn't going to get it. There weren't really a whole lot of palettes last year. So I picked this up, and wow, I was just amazed how beautiful it is. Especially the grungy. I love this green down here. I made some beautiful grungy looks with this palette that I just couldn't even believe how pretty it was. And I know a lot of people skip this palette, and it doesn't look like much looking at it, but Rose Metals is just beautiful on the eye, and I highly recommend it. And that's what I got from Anastasia, was just those two palettes last year. So, okay, let's keep going. I've got about maybe 10, 15 left. This is kind of wild. I picked up a NYX palette. This is Way of the Water. I just went into Ulta around Christmas, and now they wanted $40 for this. I was like, $40 for a NYX palette? I don't think so. It's just cardboard. There's no mirror. But look at these split pans. This palette had every color you can imagine, and I haven't tried a NYX eyeshadow in years, and I did some swatches on some of the metallics in the store, and I just think it is so comprehensive. You've got greens, blues, pinks, purples, neutrals, oranges, every color and every shimmer of the rainbow that you can think of. Now, is it the best quality? No. I think it went on sale for 25 bucks when I got it, and I threw down a coupon, so I wound up paying really still at 20 bucks. That's, yeah, I guess it's about right. But anyways, I did get a deal on it, and it's, it's kind of light on the pigment, but I just liked it because I like having all that variety in there. I just thought it was so pretty, and the shimmers are, it's not the greatest quality in the world, but I really liked it. So anyways, and I hadn't tried NYX in forever, and just beautiful, just a beautiful palette. So I had to get it. Let's go over some ColourPop, what I picked up. Not a whole lot, but some beautiful things. The first thing was Wild Child, which is just so pretty. It's the dark browns, and I think, right now the chocolate palette, Not a Box of Chocolates, has been sold out for so long. Well, maybe it's in stock again, but I wanted to get it from Ulta and use my points. But before that palette came out, the Wild Child palette is the dark, rich browns. And I just think that is so pretty. And I love the 9-pan ColourPop palettes. I think ColourPop is just the best, least expensive eyeshadow you can buy. And this is gorgeous, and I was so excited to get it, and I just think it's so beautiful. It's got a plastic packaging on it. Another 9-pan I picked up, I got this over at Ulta, I think, the All Amethyst palette. I didn't think I really needed this because, they kind of dupe themselves constantly. And I've got some of their purple palettes, but this is just so, so pretty. For $14, it's just, boy, this is gorgeous for spring. With the light lilac, there's a light lilac, a bubblegum pink, just so pretty. And then you've got your your transition shade, and you've got a nice white inner corner. But I love that. So that's All Amethyst from ColourPop, and yeah, they've got a plum palette out. What's it called? Plum Crazy or something, right? And then that Aurora Mega palette. Wow, I think that's been sold out for a while, but that looks really, really good. During Black Friday, they had the Mega Brush Roll and the Mega Palettes on sale. I think you could get, it was like 40 bucks. What was it? It was like stupid. I don't know. Anyways, I picked up It's a Mood Mega Palette, and I don't really care for Mega Palettes, but this isn't that big. It's got kind of a rubberized texture on it, and just look at this. You've got all these beautiful teals, beautiful purples, and then you've got your oranges and your berries, and then you've just got all these gorgeous mattes. You've even got a yellow. Looks like you've got a pressed glitter. I love this. This is so, so pretty. I couldn't pass up the deal with the brush roll set. It was Black Friday. Maybe it was stupid. Maybe it was, yeah, it was 40 bucks. That's what it was. It was 40 bucks. I think it's like, yeah, basically you're getting the brush roll for basically free. But anyway, so I had to pick that up. And then my last ColourPop purchase, I thought I purchased more from ColourPop, but, oh, I did. I got a few more things. Smoke and Roses, and I love this because it's an all pink palette. Again, texturized, and I'm an 80s rocker chick, in case you didn't know. That's when I grew up and I went to all the long-haired metal concerts, but Guns N' Roses and Van Halen, I still love them. I don't care. It's all good. So it was so, I just love all the names of these shades because they're all like rock and roll, 80s rock and roll names. And just really, really had a lot of fun with this. And it's just the perfect, any color pink you can think of. And it's just so, so beautiful. The Smoke and Roses palette. Let me read you some of these names because they're just crazy. If you know, you know. But maybe you don't know. I don't know. This might be, let's see, Every Rose. Okay, so that's, you know, that's Poison. Faithfully, that's Journey. Foolin', that's Def Leppard. Best Shot, that's Pat Benatar. Alone, that's Dawkins. Kickstart, that's Motley Crue. Love Hurts, that's Nazareth. Heartbreaker, that's again Pat. Wild Side, that's Motley Crue. Metalhead is This Love? Well, that's White Snake. Angel Eyes, oh gosh, that's Never Let You Go. That's Steelheart. So fun. I can remember all this stuff. Twin Flame. Now that's Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly. I guess she's not talking to him. I think he's like, what? There's hanging out with his guitar player there. Spun Around. That might be Dead or Alive. You Spin Me Right Around. This Guy Whisper Tonight. Smoked Out. Anyways, yeah, so you see why I had to get that. I mean, that's just a lot of nostalgia for me. So anyways, that's my ColourPop. The other ColourPop that I got was, I had to get Hocus Pocus 2. That is so cool. I mean, it looks like it glows in the dark, and I got the ones from last year and the year before. But I finally watched the movie, too. This Halloween, I finally watched the Hocus Pocus movie, and because I like Sarah Jessica Parker, and I've always loved Sex and the City. And so I had to see her because she plays, what's her name, Sarah? Anyways, yeah, it's just beautiful. I think this is the most beautiful Halloween palette. I didn't really care for last year's. It looked more like Mardi Gras to me. The first one was good. Last year's was just orange and green and purple and looked like Mardi Gras to me. But anyways, this is a beautiful Halloween palette. So that is the rest of my ColourPop for the year. So not too much. Let's see. What else do we have? Flower Beauty. I only picked up one from her. I love Drew Barrymore, and I had to get this because I have her Jungle Lights, and this one is Desert Lights. I picked this up over at TJ Maxx, I think. No, I saw it over there, but I bought this at Ulta. But this is so, so pretty. So it's all the metallics, beautiful shades, beautiful neutral shades, and I love the big pans. Just so great. But anyway, so that was the only thing that I got from Flower Beauty. And let me show you LA Girl. So LA Girl changed their formula. They used to be my favorite, and this was their summer palette, Sun-Kissed Glow. So pretty. Let me show it to you. It's a neutral palette, and I think, you know, it's like $15.99 or something, and just gorgeous. I don't love this formula as much as the previous formula, but I do love it. Again, you've got your black, you've got your white, you've got every neutral shade you can think of. You've even got some nice peaches in here, and you've got beautiful, beautiful shimmers. It's a perfect summer palette, and that is Sun-Kissed Glow by LA Girl. So I think this has gone by, but I just was over at Ulta one day and I saw it and I was like, wow, that is beautiful. And then I was over there another time and they had their holiday palette. This one is Dazzle All the Way. And their Christmas palette, I didn't even know they had a Christmas palette. It was on sale for like $10. And I was like, what? So This is really pretty too. It's really looks kind of similar to the one I just showed you. Let me see if I can get this plastic. I really like that they're putting plastic over these palettes, because so many palettes get ruined over at TJ Maxx and Marshalls, and I think it's just smart for companies to do this. I'd rather them take the mirror out and then put the plastic on there. But look at that. This was their Christmas palette. I think it looks really similar to Sun-Kissed Glow, but very complimentary. Aren't those pretty? I love that. But yeah. Oh, I didn't even take the plastic off of that one. Yeah, I did. I just put it back on. Okay. But anyways, this is really, really pretty. It's got more pinks in it. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. I love that. How can you... LA Girl, they're so good. They're so good. I love that. Okay. So next, another indie brand that I tried last year was the Gourmand Girls. And if I remember correctly, they're in Texas. Yeah. So they're Spooked, their Halloween palette. I just thought this was so, so beautiful. And I was looking for a new Halloween palette. But anyways, this is Spooked. It's really pretty with the spider web. And look at this. This is the most beautiful Halloween palette. Just gorgeous. I just love it. All the Halloween colors. Beautiful. Anyways, I think this sold out, but I think it got restocked. It might still be available. I don't think it was limited edition. I think you can still get this. But it is just beautiful. And I'd never heard of Gourmand Girls before, but this was so pretty. And I went and I picked up their Christmas palette that time of year. So this is gorgeous too. But maybe it was on sale or something, so I needed a few more dollars or whatever to get free shipping. Yeah, I think this was on sale, but it's pretty. You got your greens, red, silvers, snowflake, blue. You got a duochrome in there, but that is that time of year. It might still be available too. It was on sale. Okay, so the Too Faced I think I've showed these palettes a bunch of times. Natural Nudes was on sale for half price. I've been wanting it for a long time. These are the complexion inspired palettes. They were also over at TJ Maxx and Marshalls. This is so beautiful, and yeah, I got it half price. So I think they are 50 some. I think I got it for 26, whatever. And then the other one that goes with it, the Sunset Stripped palette. I tried to just pick one because they are very, very similar, but I just bought them both since they were on sale. It's kind of like just buying one anyways, but I just wanted them, and I've been looking at them for so long, and I'm into neutral palettes this year. So this is Sunset Stripped, and then Natural Nudes on the bottom, if you're thinking about it. You might find them over at TJ Maxx and Marshalls. They've both been over there very recently, so that's that. And then I picked up this is the only Too Faced palette I got this year, the Christmas Coffee. It doesn't really smell like coffee to me. Very weakly scented. But this was just one of their little mini palettes that went on sale for like $13.50. It's got the nice tin packaging. I love all these little tin packaging ones, and it's so, so pretty. It doesn't smell like coffee. It just, I don't know what it is, but it's not really pleasant. But I just thought it was so pretty with the green and just a nice little neutral palette and berry. And I just thought that was really, really, really pretty. But yeah, it was on, I think I bought this last January because that's when it was half price. And then just two more. The Maneater After Dark. Hadn't bought a Tarte palette in forever. They used to be my favorite brand once upon a time, when Maureen Kelly still owned the company, and she made like the True Blood palette. Who remembers the True Blood palette? I still have that. That was my first Tarte palette, and that was a long time ago. I mean, that palette was so exciting. It was given out to the cast and crew or whatever at the launch party or the wrap party or something. It was covered with black leather and eyelet and red, and gorgeous colors, and then they went totally vanilla. So I don't know what happened. Tarte got off to a good start, then they got boring. And this looked really, really good. I picked it up. I mean, I paid full price, which I kicked myself for, because although it's beautiful, this green is a dud. Well, it does look pretty good on my finger, but it just comes off. Well, maybe if you build it up, it looks better than it. I don't know. It looks better there, but it's got a really black base that it just turns it muddy, and it's just not as green as I want it to be. Maybe it's fine. Maybe it's just me. Again, it's just whatever you're used to. So I have much better greens in my collection. It's pretty. It's fine. I was glad Tarte did something. And then this is my least favorite palette, so I saved it for last. The Jacqueline. I paid 50 bucks for this too. This is the one that she did for her mother, and it's supposed to be good palette for ladies of a certain age, meaning me, I guess. But anyways, I just thought it looked like a Morphe palette to me. It's got no mirror. I thought it was very, very expensive for what it is. And it's okay, but it just screams Morphe palette to me. And so I don't like it. And maybe that's snobby or whatever. I don't know. I think it's way overpriced. If I got a discount on it, I got it. Both of these palettes, I was disappointed in both of these palettes, but everything else I like, and it's great. But that's half the palettes that I usually get, and I don't need anything else. So being more selective with my purchases for sure. So anyways, let me know, what is my favorite palette for this year? What's your favorite palette for this year? Wow, I really can't pick. If I had to pick, my favorite palette for 2022 is I'm going to go with my favorite palette for 2022 is Patrick Ta, Major Dimensions, Major Fingerprints. I love this. This is gorgeous. I was just so surprised how much I like it. It's beautiful. And that's going to be my favorite palette for 2022. And that's going to do it for this one. My name is Jackie. Please like, subscribe, leave me a message. Let me know, what is your favorite palette for 2022? It is tough. I've really been using my Urban Decay Naked palette a lot. And I've been using my Naked Cherry palette a lot. And I've really been using my Jeffree Star, his purple palette, Bloodlust, the green palette, Blood Money. I still love my Jeffree Star palettes. I get them out on the regular, but I can't keep picking the same. I mean, I've been trying more stuff, but I really like my Jeffree Star palettes the best. If I had, they would be the first. If I lost all my eyeshadow palettes, the first thing I would buy is Jeffree Star Blood Money and Jeffree Star Bloodlust. So sue me. Anyways, okay, y'all. Have a good evening. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.